Why do worldviews sometimes make us react so strongly when something doesn't align?
Well, first of all, our brain doesn't like things that don't align with what we have as a mental concept. Our brains, we talked about schemas in the brain. So everything we
Mhm.
have, we've developed this sort of mental model, picture, description, whatever you want to call it, about what it should be. And if something arrives that doesn't match it, it actually causes an issue in the brain. It actually causes us to feel discomfort, get a little bit of cortisol released, and we just don't like it. So that's the first level. The second level is what happens is if an event occurs and we go through the brain, it goes through into the brain, we have our thoughts and feelings about it, and then we come into what are we going to do about it? And in the process, it goes through this huge filter. Imagine a giant filter like in your air conditioning system. And so it comes through this filter called worldview. And so
Right.
if you've got a different, you're younger than I am, you've grown up differently, you've got a whole different set of worldviews. Some of them are
Mhm.
probably overlapping with mine, but it's like a Venn diagram. Some of them overlap, but there's a lot that don't. And so if the interpretation that you might make of an event goes through your worldview and you reach a certain conclusion A, and I'll take the same data, the same cue, the same event, and it goes through
Mhm.
my worldview, and I end up with conclusion B, and then we start arguing at our inference level and conclusion level rather than what was the data.
Right.
Let's take the death yesterday. It was a death. Right.
Mhm.
That's bad. Now, some people are going to interpret it one way and some people will interpret it the other way. And that's where the argument occurs. No, let's go back down to the raw data. And that's why if we can unpack what the worldview is, it's easier for us to get back down to that raw data and have the discussion at that level.
Which, in the case of what we were just talking about, is that murder and violence for any reason is wrong.
Period.
Period. End of sentence. There's no discussion to be had after that. And then as people begin to unpack it for them or look at it through their worldview, there's conversations that can be had about how we might have a difference of opinion in different areas with people, but it should never resort to what has happened today.
That's why worldview is so important. And people will hear different words for it. They're going to hear personal paradigms, mental models. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other descriptors out there, but it's that set of experiences and influences that you carry around in your brain that literally filter everything you think about and react to.